Hi, welcome to your episode 2 of The Scarred. Episode 2. They could be big breasts, but not as big as mine are. They're the hugest ever today. Sucks. It's the greatest. Always will you see the Cheshire Cat mug. I even have a Cheshire Cat butterfly here. Check it out. It needs redecorating. It's had its last days, but what's cool for a graffiti artist like me that utilizes paint and a pen. I don't have one. It's bad. I need everything on my desk, which is usually paint and a pen. I'm going to make this into some awesome butterfly of damn you wish. Darkness. The doom and the darkness. Oh man. No, I will not become Darth Vader. I'm going to stay right between episodes 1 and 3 with my darkness and stop. You guys can have Darth, and I'm going to run away to the woods and see what happens. Glad I became dark, but that's it. That's the problem, though, yeah. Sorry, Dad. I, too, have decided not to forsake my child, etc., and become Darth Vader, but yeah. That's where my darkness resides. It's episode 3, like, right at the very end, but there's no cyborg. A cyborg I do not become. That's my darkness. My darkness is so bright it shines, though. So that means that maybe episode would be like then 6, 9. Episode 9, you may find me again. So bad, so sad, and so boring. Like, this is not the geek that I need to be or should be. Supergirl, the fallen angel Lee. That's it. Lee B. Linda? Isn't even my real name. Any of this stuff. I know, it's better stuff. I'm getting back into stolen identities. Let's talk about that for a second. Anybody know my real name? Let's get a show of hands. Anyone believe it? Even when I show them legal documentation. Show of hands at this point. Sad. Sad but true, guys. Very sad. Very true. We all know my legal name. And what's awful is that we know it so well that it's not, or something? Yeah. That's an adventure I embarked on like a couple years ago. Suddenly I throw Brushwood a message on Twitter, which I didn't knock him off. Like, wow, is this really going to happen? Do I need to even know this individual? How do I have an address that's not my address, that's actually an address that exists, that I can get my mail at, but it's not a real address? Snail mail hacking is not hard. Realistically, there's a few ways it can be done. Not sure why I'm on snail mail hacking, but it's still relevant to this card, totally. Anyway. Okay, so snail mail hacking, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, there are a few ways it can be done. One is general delivery. That's the best, and it's free. What happens is this. You send your mail. Outtakes. I'm above them. I'm about to. You understand? One day someone will come along and say, I'll tell you, it won't be me. But she really is. She's hot, man. Anyway, beside all that, yeah, so general delivery, look into that. I'll tell you more about it in a later episode. Also, yeah, P.O. boxes are really very inexpensive. That's not all. There's like 3 or 4 different ways of getting your mail sent to you perfectly legally without using your address, which, to be honest, at this point, in an advent of the internet, I would recommend everybody have another address. What's scary or ridiculous is that my mail at this address has at least 3 or 4 different names, legally also. And that's something that I'm the master or mistress of. Not that I wouldn't prefer to be a ma'am any day, but yeah, something that I have mastered is workarounds, like really logical workarounds, okay? So you've got like the actual thing, and then you've got like the desired result, and then you've got like the hacking in the middle, or the illegal activity in the middle. And what I work around, what I do the best is this. Damn! And you got there anyway and didn't spend any money, and the whole thing worked out great. This is where we start. Here's my iPhone. Is it jailbroken? Okay. Once again, here's my iPhone. Is it jailbroken? This is what's so funny about the days of old. The days of middle-aged internet. The early 2000s, the .com boom, dot really, that's my brother, I can hear him in me. The .com boom internet kind of post or the early 2000s. At that time, it was, this is a phone. You can tell it's jailbroken because it's like 8 antennas that are coming out of here and all the wires are hanging out the back. But man, can I make calls to Egypt on this thing. And it's free. Now, this is a phone. Is it jailbroken? In fact, can I still make free calls to Egypt? If you've got that information, please tell me. But the reality is this. That's the point. That is the point. Is it jailbroken? That is the point. This is what I'm finding. Not just feeling, finding. And borrowing through the treasure troves of the darkness of the internet. Is people from my time now know this. I was a BBS kid, but know this also. Later, there was another major heyday in my life. It started when my brother turned like 15 or 16 and was in high school and learned what a computer was himself. And then it ended when I went to college the second time. Like I went and got my second degree, my bachelor's, not my AA. My AA was different. It was more business, politics, kind of. It was more business, politics, kind of computer related, whereas my bachelor's was not. My bachelor's was more artistic related. And during the end of my AA, I turned toward the humanities heavily because I realized how politics, even and painting, music, etc., relate to today and the things that happen today. However, this is my phone. Now, are you still wondering if it's jailbroken? Not to make you wonder, because I know if you come to my face and ask, I can legitimately say this. Of course it's not. It's not my job to sit here and jailbreak phones. Do it if you want to, though. But no, it voids your warranty and all kinds of blah, 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 blah. But is it jailbroken? The reality is this. Many of us, and I say us, can come out of the closet now. And I'm talking about people whose heyday in the darkness, and I'm talking like, whoa, I can't see shit, and I've drunken way too much balls and six packs of Mountain Dew and got like the empty box and I don't know what to do. It's way too early or late. Someone show me the way to the next new Max Payne. Is we can come out now, and I know that historically, even our relevance is huge. We don't have to die because we know one way of doing things, and that's this. This is my phone. Here's how to jailbreak it. Insert jailbreaking video over here. This is the problem. We, and I say we as an empirical nation of the hackers of the 2000s even, empirical nation, the where is times, like, what's that? Let's talk about where is. No, let's talk about where, shall we? Huh? What is that? Let's talk about where is. Like, how old school is where is right now? But imagine you're like a head of the sister of the corporate entity that will never be a corporation, blah, 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 like a giant where is group who does more elimination and just dirty grunt work. I'm not gonna lie, it was dirty grunt work. The whole thing was ridiculous, but I had my hands on software that is obsolete, but was so good back then. We didn't pay for anything, and it was awesome, and the pillaging was perfect for piracy as it is. Like, that's what we were doing. Like, pretty sure toward the end of it is when Napster popped up. And that was like, oh man, I love it, but I know the eventual end of Whereas even. It's over. It's Whereas now. I don't know what to do. I can search on Google for serial numbers. Like my head hurts, and I'll lie to you. I'll be honest with you blatantly. There's a way to do things now for hackers of those days. Whereas kids like wannabe pirates, the posers with the power, whatever. We're all older. I have individuals that will remain nameless are inside places like AT&T, Apple itself, skulls are for I'm sure huge companies. That's just those two are 482. I'm not gonna say I myself am not a content creator either, but what I do, just create a workaround, Apple approved application or something. Wow. Okay. Because the technology worked one way 10 to 15 years ago. Now it was a totally different way. To where we don't have to work half as hard to move a mouse. Even the mouse like running around and trying to please doing some alcoholic Q-tips. Now these things are not things we have to do. We're just like, whoa. Wow, so like the finger, the touch button thingy, and this is all entrancing to us. Like, whoa, look at the future. There's like HD on my webcam. This is so cool. So cool. And that's okay. Live that. Live that. That's why the scar still, live the scar. Live it out. Get beer. Just not for how long will it stay. Live that out too. But that's the thing is that now we have even software that can do things. And legitimate, like open source, SourceForge software that can do things that people don't understand at all. Like, wow, remember when we had to like use 16 programs to just open a port to make IRC understand that our that too, our set of fireworks were necessary. And that's great. And now I'm thinking I'm guilty of being a part of Whereas from 10 years ago. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm guilty of throwing around a bunch of ideas 10 years ago, but that's what I'm saying. It's amazing how many people are actually doing these things. Like, perfect example. What the fuck do I do? The remote for my Apple TV is missing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, I need to hook it up with the Ethernet. That's what I need to do. Oh, lo and behold, some sexy kid who's like 19, so that's cool. I'll stay away from that. Put up like an awesome YouTube video on it, and in 10 seconds, I didn't even have to watch it, skim through it, and I know how to build a treasure trove full of gadgets this high, and also use my TV remote for my Apple TV without ever connecting it. Huh? Okay, cool. But that's the thing. Back in the day, to even have any kind of dark-sided, dark artistic, dark electronic or engineering objective, you actually had to be so dark that your face was never shown, and you had to be anonymous, and you had to show what you were doing. You had to show your work. Now you can literally say, if you plug it in this way and then do this, it will work. What am I going to do? Sit here and discuss crossover cables with you? Back in the 2000s, it was illegal to sit here and say, well, let's discuss a crossover cable. In fact, this is how it's made. Nobody even cares anymore. It's not relevant. That's not relevant to anything. I'm talking to my little brother this morning about exploits in Yosemite, and it's way over here in some kind of IT security realm land that I live in real life. So no, retiring is not necessary. Placing yourself, and this is it, placing yourself historically where you belong is the important part. Because historically, and this is the problem, people are like, oh man, Jill's bullshit. I'm bullshit? People don't even believe I am who I am, whether or not they should say that I'm a poser even still. But that's what they know. That's what they know. Is she a poser though? Like, huh? That's the normal, uneducated individual, but if you really do know how, then force me with you.